get over yourself in a merciful, loving way, right? Something to be said for, I don't think that there's a one size fits all prescription to this. But I do think that there are a couple of key components. One of them, I think, is having outside feedback is super important, especially cultivating relationships that are willing to tell you, like, hey, like, get over yourself in a merciful, loving way, right? But I also think that cultivating self-awareness is extremely valuable and so important. I think that like that's why I think you see a lot of really successful people journaling, is because that's not a place to just like document history. Like, today I had ice cream and whatever, right? Like that's not the purpose of journaling in my mind. The purpose of journaling is to like really like to get your internal voice onto like a piece of paper and then be able to reflect on it. Mm-hmm. But I think journaling is really, really important. But also like I'm actually like really bad at journaling. And so what I've actually done for myself is moments where I'm like, hey, Paul, it's time to get out of your head. I actually just do like voice recordings sometimes because it's like way easier for me to just get out of my head. But cultivating those moments, like whether it's journaling, whether it's like, for me, actually, at another point in my life, I would just like go hike up into the Utah mountains, into the middle of nowhere, and just like talk to myself. I probably looked pretty crazy, but like cultivating those moments where you can just like really become really self-aware and intentionally self-aware. Another practice that one of my mentors encouraged me to do was to between each activity that I do throughout the day, just pause for like 2 minutes and say, what's happening? Like, because, or like, what did I just do? How am I like feeling intellectually and emotionally, physically? What am I going to do in the next like hour or so? And then like making a decision right there, because just being aware of yourself. So many of us go through our life just like metaphorically with blinders on. It's just like task, because we're so busy and we have so much to do that it's just like we can only we feel like we're like just barely keeping our head above water, so we can't even like look at ourselves. We're like, I don't have time for these emotions. I don't have time for these thoughts. I don't have time to like take care of myself physically. And so we just like are constantly executing what other people have told us to do. We never actually end up making any decisions. Yeah. And so it's really tempting in those moments to be like, it's not my fault. Look, it's their fault. Right. But if we can become self-aware, it at least gives us the footing to say, oh, I am being a victim right now. Oh, like I am allowing other people to make decisions for me. But like, I think awareness is the first step. And that's that is the step, but it's like, where is it coming from? From a mentor, from yourself. I think like even just like reading other people's biographies or books, you can start to reflect back to yourself like, oh, am I making these kinds of decisions? Right. Yeah. So it's like awareness is the principle, but it's like, how do you cultivate awareness? There's a lot of different applications to that.